So I'm gonna, two would be redundant, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
But if one fails, we've lost our redundancy we'd be hanging on one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the minimum amount of gear we put in the rock is 3. Does that make sense?
Yep.
It's the minimum amount. We can put 4, 5, 10, but the minimum amount. Okay. So here I'm going to put one in, get a lot of surface contact, pull down on it, get a little side out. It's all good. So when I put my carabiner on there, I want to clip it on and flip it over so the gate faces down. Okay. So now my next piece. Let's see, I'll just make a try one of these eccentrics here. See if this one will fit in here.
You could practice it.
Yeah. Ooh, perfect. Okay. Put another carabiner on it. Okay. And now maybe we'll try one of these tri-cam things here. Okay. Okay, so now I got my 3 pieces. I got my redundancy. Well, we used Rene as a, we spell it R-E-N-E. It stands for redundancy, equalization, and no extension. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to take this cordelette here. I used this up on the cliff today when you guys were hanging on that little ledge. Okay. So this is just a big loop tied with a water knot. Okay. So I put this knot up high and out of the way. And then I clip this stuff all into a big loop. Okay. So now here comes the equalization part. So I'm going to pull down these double strands as a single. Pull down the middle of this as a single. Right? So would this be a redundant anchor? It's all equalized. It's redundant and equalized.
Well, shouldn't there be a knot there first?
There should be a knot here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because this isn't a redundant anchor, if the one sling cuts, I lose the whole thing.
Right.
So I pull this down, take. Okay. Now I have what we call the power point. Okay. This is what we were clipping into right here.
Right.
Okay. That makes sense?
Yep.
Okay. Now you're in the gym. You've been pulled up, right? Off the ground. If this was your belay anchor, what's going to happen to my belay anchor if I got pulled up?
It's going to come out.
It's going to come out. What happens if I pull this way? What's happening to my equalization?
It's not working.
It's not working. So when we build an anchor like this, I didn't have an upward direction because cams will turn in the crack. But this passive gear will not. Okay? Turn in the crack. Does that make sense?
Cams as in like something like this?
Yeah, spring-loaded cams.
Okay.
Okay. So what I got to do here is I got to have an upward piece. Okay, does that make sense?
Yep.
I got to add an upward piece to it. So there's many ways to do this. Here's one way. If I girth hitch this on here, I see a crack down here. Okay. Now I could probably take one of my cams.
And you don't really need redundancy for that, right?
No, it's just an upward pull.
Right.
Thing.
Yeah.
Put that in there. Okay, I can even get it lower, tighten it up more. Okay. Now look what happens when I pull straight out on this.
Right.
Okay.
It stays where it's supposed to stay.
Now I got a multi-directional anchor.
Yeah, I can just go grab it and bring it back if you want.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Here's my stuff.
you know, as a multi-directional anchor, you know, this is a good anchor for top roping and everything. So.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Going to the Nutcracker?
Well, we just finished actually.
Oh, okay. But anyway, and that's what you want to tie into. Okay. Now, if the gear was more up here, you could tie knots in this, right? In this sling.
To make it shorter?
To clip up higher.
Oh, to clip up too.
Let me see this. Now, if you didn't have slings or whatever, and here we are, we're tied into our anchor. Okay. I can always, let's just say that it was way down here. Let's see, am I going to get anything? I might. Let's just say it's way down here.
That's right here?
Our upward piece. I can take and tie a clove hitch here, right? Pull tight on my clove hitch. And now I'm still maintaining the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I showed you a couple different ways of doing that. And you saw this before, right?
I don't know if I saw this before. Last.
Huh?
I don't think I saw the last one. Definitely saw the 3. I don't know if you got the 4th.
The upward one?
Well, the upward one, yeah, you did with the 3rd, but I don't think you did this.
I just showed you a
other
different
to do
way.
an upward one.
I was gonna take that out.
Just in case you're like anchored to that, you can just use your own line essentially.
Yeah, I'm just using it as a thing,
Temporary.
just a demonstration. Okay. So here's my climber. So go ahead and hold on to that. And I'm belaying him, right?
Yep.
Okay. So if he falls, what's happening to me?
You're gonna stop because you're anchored.
I'm not going to stop, but it's going to pull me off of this my stand.
Right.
I don't want to do that. This is the most force you can put onto an anchor. Okay. So I reduce that by going to here and putting the climber through it like a top rope situation. Now I'm going to fall.
So now you're belaying like the opposite way.
Well, okay, I'm getting, if he falls, I'm getting pulled into the anchor, not off my anchor.
Okay.
This is one of the most important things to climbing out there. I belayed off the anchor, straight off the anchor, right? Sometimes I belayed with a directional and used my body, right? You saw that too. This is really, really important. Because if he's the next leader and he's 10 feet up there and he's taking a 20-footer, right here I'm absorbing force, right? Counterbalanced force.
Right, so he's not pulling you down with him.
All static.
And he's pulling you directly.
Direct. Right onto my waist too.
Right.
No good.
And you lose your balance.
No
Yeah.
good. So you guys want to try this anchor? Huh?
Sure.
Okay.